No issue. Okay, so let's start the demo. Yeah, Venkat, before starting the demo, I wanted to know, from your side, what exactly you are looking out for from this training? Venkat,
Yes.
can you hear me?
So yeah. So
Mhm,
I'm actually trying to learn
mhm.
Salesforce for the Encino part, right? So
I'm not able to hear you properly, Venkat, if you are telling something.
yeah, can you hear me now? Is it
Yeah,
okay?
it's better. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to learn Encino, for which the Salesforce administration is a key, right? So that's the reason I'm actually
Okay, so basically, your goal is to learn Encino. So for that
yes,
only, you wanted to take this course so that you can learn basically the Salesforce
yeah,
admin, and after that you can learn the Encino.
right,
Correct. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so let's start with the demo. So I hope if you are aware of Salesforce and all, like how it is, how technology and all, but basically I'll explain you in overall. I'll not go in deep also.
sure,
So it's completely based on the cloud, just so we are aware, right? So whenever we are talking about the cloud, so we have some more advantages, we don't have to install any software, we don't have to worry about the hardwares. So it's completely based on the web. Let me share my screen also. Yeah. So so yeah, so whenever we talk about the Salesforce, it's completely based on the web. So we have to just need a browser, a laptop, laptop browser and internet connection. That's it. And we can start working on the Salesforce. Just we have to log in with this URL and you will be inside the Salesforce platform where you are going to build an application. So basically we don't require any kind of software to be installed in our local system, any hardware to be managed in our system. That is not required. So that is the one of the best part of the Salesforce. I mean to say, like, other clouds also, but Salesforce as it's based on the cloud, right? So it's a good thing, because what was happening like previous days, some other technology we used to set up the complete system and all. It was taking a lot of time for us, right? But this problem is not at all here in the Salesforce. Okay, so apart from that, like, Salesforce is a CRM. I hope you guys are aware. So when about I
yeah,
talk about the CRM, what exactly it means? So CRM, you can say, whenever we are talking about the CRM, it's something that we are just trying to sell our products, we are trying to sell our services, we are trying to interact with the end user with our services, with our products. So whenever we are trying to build a relationship between the end users and the owners or any company owners, so that kind of functionality or feature if you want to build, so that can be built on the CRM tool. So CRM can be so many ways, I mean to say, like, there is so many CRMs are available into the market, right? But Salesforce is now number one CRM in the world. So many other reasons are there behind it. So why it is number one CRM into the market? So because Salesforce is the technology which they will always improve their self. I mean to say, like, they're upgrading their self very regular basis. Like, if you are aware, like, Salesforce will have a three different releases in 1 year. That is called a winter, summer, spring. So they will, what they are doing, they are just taking a feedback from the clients and they are upgrading the system day by day. So that is the one of the biggest advantage of Salesforce on other technology. Other technologies are also doing the same, but in Salesforce they are doing more in efficient way because they are taking a feedback from the clients, and on that feedback they are working hard. So that is the one of the advantage, right? So if you think like about CRM, any other CRMs, like any CRM has come into the market, it has to go one day for sure. But Salesforce also knows, like if Salesforce also knows, like one day it will go away, that is for sure. But how longer they can survive into the market, that is the big challenge. For that, they are upgrading their self. They are doing so many other stuff so that they can stay in the market for longer period. Getting my point? So that's why they are upgrading themselves as per the market. What they are doing, they are just implementing so many other stuff into the Salesforce. They are implementing BI. In future, they are going to implement machine learning, AI also they are going to implement. So this is their vision. So they know that is the future. If tomorrow like electrical vehicle is coming, so obviously machine learning, AI will be used more. So they know that is the future. So they are trying to implement those things also into the Salesforce. Already BI has been implemented. If you know about the Einstein and all, that has been implemented already. So that is their vision. They want to be with the technology. They don't want to carry a legacy system. Okay. So as they have started Salesforce, they have started with the classic version. Now today they are in the Lightning version. And even though in Lightning also they are upgrading rapidly, right? So that is their roadmap, and that is the best way to survive into the market for longer time. Getting my point? Apart from that, what is their target? Their target is to capture the market and different businesses. When they started a Salesforce, they have started with a very simple cloud, that is a sales cloud. Whenever you want to sell a product into the market, you can take a CRM or Salesforce CRM, and they will give you kind of ready-made application, and you can build your application, you can configure your application. But today's market is not like that. If you have only simple one business target, you can't survive for longer time. So they are trying to capture across the business. I mean to say, like today they are having uh marketing cloud, they are having service cloud, they are having communities cloud, they are having multiple clouds. Even the latest cloud, if I talk, like they are having a finance cloud, that is the one of the booming cloud into the market. Health cloud, that's a very booming cloud into the market, right? Even they have come up with the vaccine cloud also. So they they know they will just go with the market. What is there into the market, they will just go with that. So that is the best part of the Salesforce. So after that, they have captured across the businesses, like different domains and different businesses they have captured, right? So that is the one of the advantage of the Salesforce. And one more thing, like whenever you talk about the Salesforce basically give you ready-made application. Like if you talk about the Sales Cloud, what they usually do, if you go to Sales Cloud, sorry, Salesforce, and you will say, I want to sell my product. I want to sell my product online. So what should I do? How should I create an application? So they will suggest you just take a Sales Cloud, and we will give you ready-made application. Just you have to configure that application as per your business requirement. So you don't have to worry to create the application from the scratch, right? All setups and all we have one standard setup, one generic setup. That setup you can take it and you can just configure, you can develop as per your business requirement. So whenever we have to configure, whenever we have to create some new functionality for our business, that time our role will come, like as a Salesforce admin, Salesforce developers. That is our responsibility to make it properly, make the business scenario into the technical term, right? So these are the some advantages we have. That is the reason why Salesforce is in the top right now into the market. Apart from that, if you see like other part, like Salesforce, what exactly they are doing, they started acquiring so many different companies so that they can expand their business in different areas also. If you heard, like Tableau they have acquired, Slack they have acquired, Velocity they have acquired. So these are the bigger companies, right? These are the bigger companies they have acquired. So today's what they can offer to the client is, if you buy our licenses, so we can give you Slack free. If you buy our licenses, we can give you Tableau free. So they will have multiple opportunities to attract the clients. That is the one reason also why they are selling more and more products. I'm going to say like more licenses they are selling into the market, right? So these are the overall advantages, like why Salesforce is booming and why it is more demanding into the market. These are the overall reasons. Okay, just will come to some technical stuff. So whenever we talk about the CRM, what exactly CRM does? Like, you have any idea about any application that you know about CRM? Like any real-time example, like you are aware of any application that you are using, in daily basis. So are you aware of any CRM application? No? Okay. So it's a very simple example. If you see like, like online shopping, like any shopping, like, site like Amazon, Flipkart, these are what? These are CRM only. What they are trying to do, they are just trying to sell the product into the market, right? They are interacting with the application. Whenever we have any problem, we will interact in the with help of application, and that can be resolved from the their owner, their support person, or whatever it is. So that is a CRM concept only, where they are trying to make a relationship between the customers. Okay, so what exactly their target is? Their target is to store more and more customers into their database. Why it is so? Because suppose you are launching a product and your database having some thousand customers. So whenever you're launching a product, you will send a notification to thousand of customers. Suppose company A, application A is having thousand of customers, and you're sending the notification to thousand of customers. So definitely out of thousand, some 100 customer will buy your product. So that is that is true, right? And if some company B, which is having like 2000 of customer, so out of 2000 customer, might be 200 people will buy the product. So it's all about data. It's all about data. How much data you are having, how many customers you are having in your database, right? So in CRMs, CRM is mostly they are focused on the data side, how they can store the data, how they can do some analysis on the data, how they can store the accurate data. Getting my point? So this is all about the data side. Like whenever we talk about the CRM, it's all about data, right? So whenever we talk about the CRM, it's all about the data, but where exactly we are storing data into? Salesforce CRM. If you talk about the Salesforce, I'm not talking other CRMs, talk about the Salesforce. So where exactly we are storing the data? Because storing the data is the one of the biggest challenge, and that is the thing. If you are able to do it nicely, you can run your business nicely, because data is the very important for us. It's all about data. If you can say like, today's market or tomorrow markets also, it is based on the data only. How much data you are having, that much bigger company you can build it, right? So where exactly we are storing the data? Into Salesforce. So you are seeing this thing, these are nothing but object into the Salesforce. Whatever you are seeing here, opportunity, lead, task, files, account, contact, campaign, these are objects into a Salesforce. So basically we are storing data into the objects. Okay, we are storing our data into the objects. But what is object? That we have to understand. What is object? Let me show you. Let me show you about the object. Okay, give some examples so that you can understand better way. Okay, so just take a I have created a simple table where I'm putting name, where I'm putting company name, here I'm putting like you can put anything like address, No. So you can put the name like Subodh. You can put the company name. You can put the address. You can put some different name. You can put the company name. You can put the address. So like that I'm putting. So what exactly I'm trying to do here? So simply I have created a table, and in that table I have just given a kind of heading, and inside that I am putting the data. So if I talk towards the column basis, we call it as a field. From the column, if you talk, this is the field. So this is the field name, and this is the field value. This is the field value. This is the field name. This is the field value. This is a field value. This is a field name. This is a field value, and this is a field value. So many fields will come, and so many values will come. Right? Clear, right? Now, when we talk towards row basis, we call it as a record into Salesforce. So record is nothing but a combination of values, field values, right? If you want to find a complete information of one person, then you have to go towards a record, right? So when we talk about the column basis, this is the field and field name, and this is the called field value. This is the field name, and this is a field value. This is a field name, this is a field value. Fine. If I talk overall, we call it as a object. We call it as a object. If you talk overall, it is called object into Salesforce. So how can you define object? So we can define object like it's nothing but a combination of fields and records. We will have so many fields and we will have so many records, right? So it's nothing but it's a combination of fields and records. Other way you can say it's kind of table where we are storing our data, right? So that you can tell it. It's up to you, like how you are representing, how you are telling about the object. So it's very simple, like it's a combination of fields and records. How this looks like in the organization, I'll show you. So these are the objects I told you, right? If I click here, it is opting like that. So what is called this? If I go towards the column, this is what we call it. We call it a field, and these are field values. We call it a field, and these are field value. We call it a field, and no values are there. This is a field, these are the values, right? So like that we can define. If you go towards the row basis, it's a record. So let's open it and see. Record is a nothing but a combination of field values. These are the values, these are the values, these are the values, so many values, and combinedly you can say this is a record. Sometimes we can tell it a detail page also, where all the information will be stored. Is it fine? Any doubt up to here? Okay. So yeah. So this is the about the object. Okay, this is about the object. How object we can define how object looks like into the Salesforce. Let's talk about more about the I'll come to the syllabus again. I'll come to the technical stuff. So what about the syllabus? I'll come, like let's go and open the syllabus. So how I am proceeding, like what exactly our strategy and all, I'll tell you, then you can understand. So syllabus, like syllabus wise, we will start with the admin, where we will start with the basic knowledge. I mean to say how to create the, you know I mean to say how to create the simple organization, a practice organization for you. So you can create the practice organization from where you can learn it, from where you can do some practice. Once we are done with the classes, how you're going to practice the same thing whatever you have learned in the real time. So that I will be giving you with the trailheads. The trailheads is something that has been given by Salesforce for the learning purpose. So from there we have to, you know, practical session we have to do it from there, or some of the scenario I'll give you personally so that you can try that also. And once session is done, you have to try something from your side. And next session I'm starting with the doubts only. So whatever you did yesterday, whatever doubts you are having, just have a conversation in 15 minutes or whatever, how much time it will take. Mostly 15 minutes, I'll take it, you know, starting of the class. So we can, first of all, you ask your all questions from the previous session, whatever it is. So we can just clarify all doubts and then we'll proceed with the some latest, topic. Okay, so I'll just make sure like you are completely done with the, setup of the organization and trailhead and how to use the trailhead and all. I'll tell you, and then we will go with the basic knowledge of Salesforce. Basic knowledge, if I tell, we will start with the creation of application, how we can create an application. That we will start. Once application is created, so in the application so many things is required. First of all, we'll create application. So in application, our major part is to store the data. So for storing the data, we have to create an object also. So I will show you how to create an object. After that, inside the object, I will show you how to create complete different kind of fields into that object so that we can store. So that I will tell you. And then after doing that, we have to design the UI. Like if you see here, not here, if you see here, these are the UI, right? These are the UI, how it looks like. You want this tab or not, you want other some buttons or whatever, like you want that or not, you want this field or that field, you want to keep this field here, how you want to design your layout. So we will talk about the layouts mostly. Okay, and after that layout is done, so we can have a more stuff that I'm not going to tell you individually, but high level I'm telling you. Okay, once we are done with the designing part and all, so then we will go to the relationships. That is very much important. Relationship is nothing but we will have a multiple objects and where we are storing the records, but one object is related to another object. How we are going to define, that is the big challenge, right? One object is related to another object. Suppose you are storing a, you are creating a one object called a product. So in the product you are going to store all the product information. You are creating another object called a customer. So in the customer object you are going to create, or you are going to store a customer information. So product and customer, how they are related, what is the relationship we have to build, how we have to build the relationship, which kind of relationship we have to build, and how many types of relationship are present in Salesforce. That we will have the complete detail information in that relationship. Okay, after this is done, we will move to the security side. That is the very much important for us, because right, we are not using any software hardware that we are not recommending to use anything for Salesforce. But how we are going to secure our organization, that is a big challenge. How we are going to secure our organization, because if you are like working online, so it's a big challenge for you to secure your organization. So how you can secure your organization from the internal user and external user both. I mean to say, who is working in your organization, you have to secure your data from those person also, and who is not working either, like any customer or someone, from whom also you have to secure your organization, right? I mean to say your application, how you have to secure it. So that is the big challenge for us. So that we will see in the detail how we can secure it, our organization. Okay, that is the one thing that we are going to do. Apart from that, when we are done with this complete detail of security model and sharing rule, I mean to say, like sharing data is something that you have a data, but the data you want to share with whom? It's nothing like whenever you have a product information, all the information you are not going to share with the end user, that is for sure. because the product is will have a some base price, or it will have a internal discount or some extra discount, special discount. So everything you're not going to share with the end user. You will share with the end user which is you know um, required for them. You will say like you will show them like total price, what is the cost, how much discount you are giving, this thing. But internally you will be knowing about your product. Your product cost is 10 rupees, but that product you are selling with the 20 rupees. So 10 rupees cost of your product is you're not going to show to the end user. So some data you're going to hide and some data you're going to show to the uh, your end user. So how this model you are going to set? So this is also like one of the the big challenge in the CRMs, any CRMs. Everything you can't show to the end user. Okay, so that how we are going to do that into the our application that we are going to see. After that, automation is one of the most important thing for us. So in Salesforce also they focus more on the automation is something that without writing a single line of code you can automate your system. Whenever I talk about the automation, what exactly it means? It means like, suppose you are having a product, you are launching a product. So you are launching a product, and that you want to notify to your end user. You are having 1,000 of users, you are having 2,000 of user. You want to notifying the user that you are launching product after 10 days. As your existing customer, we are giving a special discount to you. You can buy, you can get it some 5% extra discount, some kind of policy you are coming up with. So whoever is existing client, obviously your business will be running more on the existing client, right? So it will happen, like generally it will happen, most of the business will be running on the existing client. So you will be targeting first your existing client. That is the priority for you. So if you have 1,000 of customer, 2,000 of customer, you will be sending a notification, email alert, or however you want to. So for doing so, you have to write a huge number of line of code in other technology, but here we don't have. We can use the automation to like workflow, other like process builder. So this can be used to achieve this kind of scenario what I am explaining you. Okay, so these are the some automation is there that we have to see. So we have a multiple automation in the Salesforce, like workflow, approval process, like assignment rule. So many other automation process are given by Salesforce, so that they have given. So we have to learn it, and most importantly, like we have to focus on the flow. Flow is one of the most important tool has been given by Salesforce till now. Now Salesforce is mostly focused on the flow. Their vision is they want to decommission every automation tool, and everything they want to move into the flow. That is their target. So in they have targeted in 2023 they will just decommission other automation tool like workflow, process builder, and all the concept will be moved to the flow. So we will have in coming years, mostly we will have only one automation tool, that is the flow, lightning flow we call it. And every scenario, whatever you want to achieve, we can achieve it from here only. So this is the very important. That's why it's very important for us. So we have to understand it nicely, this one, this flow. Okay, so many things are there that can be that we used to do it with the we used to write the code and we used to achieve it. But as they have automated the flow in other nice way, that we are not today we are not writing more code, we are just going to the flow and we are trying to achieve the business scenario whatever that just coming to us from the client. So this is the one of the powerful tool till now in the Salesforce flow, so that we have to focus more. Okay, so after that we have something called report and dashboard. So any business, if you start any business, suppose you are in the home page. So any business, if you start or you are just logging to the your application. So what generally owner will be looking, they want to track their business. that is their priority. They want to track their business, but they don't have that much of time to go in individual object and see how it looks like, how many records are there and all. That is not possible for them. They will be not that much technical, or sometimes they will not be having that much of time. So how we can make their life easier? I mean to say, like, as a developer, how we can make customer life easier, that's fine. How we can make the owner of the product, who wants to track their business, how we can make their life also easier. So we can make nice dashboard where they can track their business easily. They can come and they can see, okay, this new opportunity, this much opportunity is coming, this much opportunity is coming. They can see it. New contract and something, contact and account, these many are there. New account reported, so these many are there. So they can just track it easily. So we can create a report, we can create a dashboard to represent the data in real time. Whenever we talk about the dashboard and reports, it's completely based on the real time. Okay, it's completely based on the real time, so that we can create it for them. Okay, after that, one of the major thing is the data management. Data management is one of the big challenge for us, because as I told you, right, so it's all about the data, how much data you are storing into your system. I mean to say, like, how many customers you are making, that's much business you can do. So how you're storing data, and how you are doing some analysis on the data, because whenever you're storing data, it's not like that every time you will store the correct data. It is maximum chance that the data will be not correct. So how you are doing some analysis, how you are rectifying, how you are modifying the data, how you are trying to put the more accurate data into your system, right? So the complete setup, like, data management, we have to learn, like how we can insert, how we can update, how we can delete, how we can undelete, how we can do it, and huge number of record. Not, I'm not talking about one record, two record, three record. It's something about like 1 lakh of record, 2 lakhs of record. So how you are going to manage this thing, how you are going to do that? So that is thing we have to learn it here. So for that, we have some tool called data loader workbench, we have to learn it. Okay, once you have created some feature and functionality that has to be deployed from one organization to another organization. Okay, might will not understand here, but we have something called a sandbox and a production. So we as a developer, we are working on the sandbox, and once we are done with our feature and functionality we have created, that has to be moved to the production. So how we are moving one code to another place, one organization to another organization, that I will show you with the deployment, for the deployment. So we can take some example on the VS code, which is the latest one. So I can take it and I can show you how exactly we are doing. Okay, once we are done with the admin, what exactly we are doing, I will be explaining some of the clouds, like sales cloud, service cloud, some clouds I'll explain you, and accordingly I will tell you one project also, kind of real-time project, so that you can go through that project and you can have the real-time experience also. So this is the project I'm going through that, and I'm having the kind of real-time experience, that this is the flow, how exactly works, from where data is coming, from where data is reflecting, everything you will have a good idea. So I'll explain you the complete flow of the project and how exactly we used to work in the project. So it's completely real-time project, I'll explain you. After that, I'll take you like 1 day or 2 day for the interview preparation, because most of the people are looking out for job to Salesforce. So once admin is done, I'll be having 1 day or 2 day session for the interview preparation. So I'll do the interview preparation thing, and then I'll ask you to go for an interview. You just update your CVs anywhere, like any portal and all, and you can go for the interviews. Meanwhile, you go for the interview, because you will be having complete idea of admin, complete project idea, how exactly flow is there, how exactly we used to work. So complete idea, real-time idea you will have. And here I'm not going to tell you any kind of theory and all. Completely it will be based on the real-time practical session. So it's completely business scenario I will be taking for every topic, and we will be going and completing that, trying to achieve that business scenario into technical stuff. Okay, so meanwhile you can go for the interview, we can start the development also. So in the development, what exactly we are going to cover? So in the development we are going to cover the Apex code for the backend language. Apex code for the backend language. Whenever we talk about the backend language, we are going to cover Apex code. So all the logic, all the business logic, we are going to write with the Apex code. Apex code is kind of similar to the core Java. Okay, similar to the core Java, but it's a individual, like you can say, like it's a individual language for the Salesforce only. Salesforce has created that. So it's a backend language for the Salesforce. So in the Salesforce, in the Apex code, so many other stuffs are there. I'll start with the basic. I will assume that people are not aware of the any coding language, because some of the people are coming from the non-technical background. So I'll start from the scratch. I'll not jump to the high level anything. I'll start with the very scratch. I mean to say, like how to create a class, how to create a method. So everything I'll explain you. How to define a variable also I'll explain you. So that we'll have a complete, kind of hands-on. I'll take at least 2 to 3 days for explaining this and making you the comfortable in the writing the class. So I'll ask you to write the class. I will show you how to write the class. I will ask you some scenario. You have to write it in the class only, and then we can discuss. I want to be like comfortable to how to write that one, and how to just like which line is wrong and how to modify and all. So basic thing we'll just try it on the session only. And after we are done with the basic stuff, then we can go with the some query language. Query language is something that you have to find a data from the object. So how you're going to find, suppose in one object is a customer. You are having 2000 of customer, but you want to find all the customer who is from the Bangalore. So how can you find? You're not going to go and see one by one, right? You have to write some SOQL query. I mean to say Salesforce object query language. We will have other like if you are aware of SQL or something. So that is another part, but Salesforce is having their own query language that is called Salesforce object query language. So that we will see how we can write the query and how we can get the data what we require. So that we will see in the SOQL. Okay. So after we are done, we will move to the trigger. Trigger is the most important part for the Salesforce. You can say this is the heart of Salesforce. So we will be writing most of the code in the trigger. So trigger we will see, and we can expend more time here, because we will have a more scenarios, more stuff to learn here. So we'll put more effort in the trigger. So trigger we will have a more other scenarios that we will see it. And after that we'll see the test classes also, like how to write the test classes. It's a supporting class of the any class that you are writing in the Apex, that I'll tell you, don't worry. So that we will see. After this is done, we will have to see the asynchronous process. So trigger is a synchronous process, and we have to see asynchronous process also. So it is also very much important. This is also very much important. So we will have to see, like batch Apex, scheduler class, viewable class, feature method. This we have to see it in deeply, how exactly it works, what is the use of this, and which all scenarios we can use, and how we can decide that which scenario, if we are getting any story requirement from the client, which scenario, which method will be used. So how we have to do some analysis, and how we have to decide from our side, because you will be getting the requirement from the clients, but you have to decide which one to use. They are not going to come and they are not going to tell you, because you are a technical person, they are the business person. They will just give you business scenario, and you are a technical person. You have to decide which class to use, which method to use, right? So that is your capability. So that I will explain you how to judge ourselves, like which one to use and when to use. After that we will start the aura component. In aura component, complete 8 bundles are there that we will just do one by one, and we will try to learn. Okay. Styling and all, we will see everything, like controller, helper, this everything we will see it here. Okay. And the course wise we will finish admin with 22 hours. Okay. And after that 2 to 3 hours for the project and interview preparation and all, we'll keep it. So it will go around a month. Also it will go around a month if we take 1 hour per day. If we are making 1.5 hour per day, so it will be lesser time. And after that the development also will go up to that same extent. I mean to say, like 22 hours, 20 23 or 24 hours. Okay. and it will also go the same time like a month, but I'll try to make it 1.5 hours so that will not take more of time, more of your time to expand on the training, so that you can do your practical, you can go for the interview also. Like if you are working, you can try yourself, means your business requirement will you will try to achieve that also. So this will be the course content we will have, that we have to complete it. Okay, any question up to here with the course content? Do you have any question up to course content? Any doubt, anything that you want to ask? Okay, so you don't have any question. Okay, fine. So like how we are going to start our session starting, I'll just give you the some high level idea, and then we can wrap up also. So here, this is the platform. Salesforce is a platform also. Salesforce is a technology also. So first of all, we have to know about this platform, how it is, what is this, why we are, why they have given this option, what we can do with this option, what is this, why they have given that option, what is this. So this all option, each and every option we have to know. This option, why they have given this option, what is the meaning of this option. Okay, so each and everything we have to know as a admin. So starting one day, I will be taking your time to understand about this application. This application is very easy. It's something like your mobile phone only. Like in your mobile phone, you are knowing like which option is where and how to redirect to that option and all, right? So path and all, you are very much aware in your mobile phone. So it is same way, like here also it's same way, like how you can redirect from one place to another place. Suppose you want to redirect to the home, like homes, and you can go and click on setup, you will be redirecting to the home page. So like that, how we have to travel from one place to another place, from where we can find our requirement. Like you want to create a object, so how can you create a object? So this is the object manager. From here we can create a object. So you should be like comfortable, like from where we can create an object, how we can go to the object. Okay, if I talk little bit about object, I'll not go in detail. If I talk little bit about object, so object is nothing but it's a combination of fields and records, already we have seen. So objects is two kind of objects are present into a Salesforce. Into a Salesforce, two kind of objects are there. One is a standard object. Standard objects mean which has been given by Salesforce. We have not created those objects, which has been given by Salesforce. That is the standard object. Okay, and custom object that has been created by us. That has been created by us. We have created a bank object to store a bank details. Whenever, and how you can basically, how you can how you can differentiate, like either it's a custom or either standard, while seeing the object name. So while seeing the object name, you can see whenever it is a custom, it will always come with underscore underscore c. So underscore underscore c, wherever you see, either it is object, either is a field, or whatever it is, so you can understand that is the custom property. I mean to say, it has been created by us. C stand for custom only. Here C stand for custom only. So underscore underscore C, it is something that is telling you that is the custom object. So that has been created by us. So complete control will be on us. If you see here, you will have option to delete also. But if you see, this is the standard object, you don't have option to do anything, because this is standard object. Salesforce has given that object. So Salesforce, what they are suggesting, they have given so many standard object. Their suggestion is, if you want to use our object, use it. If you don't want to use, leave as it is, don't do anything, and that object will not disturb your functionality also. Just I told you, no, Salesforce will give you ready-made application. So if they are giving ready-made application, they have to give ready-made objects also, right, to store the data. So there they are telling, if you want to use our object, use it, and if you don't want to use, you create your own object. That's not a problem. So depends on scenario. If you want to use their object, Salesforce object, you can use it. If you don't want to use the Salesforce object, you can create your own object. Fine. So this is about object. So this I wanted to tell you how we will just, the options and all, how the options will be there, where the options will be there, how if I just click here, what is the option is there, what exactly we can do it from here, right? And if you go here, quick find, what is the quick find box telling you? So suppose you want to find some functionality that you want to create. Suppose you want to automate the system, you want to find the workflow. So workflow, if you write workflow rule will come. So from where you can click here, if you click here, workflow will get open, and from here you can just go and you can just create a new workflow. See, you can go here, continue, and you can create a new rule, new workflow, right? So this is the way you can create the new workflow rule. So depends on the scenario, whatever scenario you are getting from the business side, you can automate the system, right? So this is how we have to write. So now next question, where we are writing our code, right? So where is the ID? So we have, I told you, we don't have to install any external tool. Like Salesforce has given each and everything with this platform only. So you can go to the setup and you can open the developer console. If you open developer console, it will be opening like that, and here basically you can write your all code. Whatever you want, you can write your old code here, right? So this is the place where you are writing a code. Okay, this is the place where you are writing the code. Suppose you want to write a simple class, you just go click on Apex class, you put the name, demo, example, something, you put the name of the class. Okay, already that name is present, so you can put sp demo. So like that it will get open, and automatically it will create a class. So see, public class and class name. This is how you have to create a class. Automatically Salesforce only will create a class. So if you want to create a method, you can create a method also. You can create a method also. If you want to create a method, so you can create a method also. We create my method. Create. So like that you have created a method. You want to display something, you can display something. What do you want to display? svtechsoft demo. So if you want to run this class, from where you can run, we don't have anywhere execute button, right? Run button, we don't have anything execute button or run button. We don't have anything like execute button and run button, right? So how can you run that, right? So how can you basically you can run that? So that we have to do here. So running that, this method or this class, how you can do, you can go to the debug and anonymous window and just copy this. I will tell you, this is like something that I have to tell you. I'm just giving you the example. Class name dot method name, that's it. We just execute it. Once we execute, you can come here, and you want to see the output, you can click on the debug only, and you can see this is the output. sp TechSoft demo, this is the output, right? So everything we have here only, we don't have to go here and then. If you want to learn Salesforce, everything is inbuilt. So that is the best thing that Salesforce is providing. Everything is inbuilt only. Okay, so like that you can write the code, right? Okay, so yeah, so any other question you have? So I'm done with my session. So you have any question, you can ask me, Shiva or Pradeep, any question you have. You don't have any question? Okay, then yeah, thank you so much for attending the demo. So you didn't hear anything, Pradeep? You joined just now, you're telling? Okay. So what Thiru can do? Thiru can send you the complete recording session. Then you can go through that recording. That will be fine. Okay. So Thiru, can you please send Pradeep that recording session so that he can go through that?
Okay, Subodh.
Okay.
Pradeep, can you contact svtechsoft? Okay.
Okay, and Siva also looking for same. So you can just Siva also you can send that recording session, I think. So that will be fine.
Uh,
Okay. Okay then. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.
Please
Okay.
contact
Bye.
Pradeep this one. Okay, 93941111. Okay.